Welcome. So today I'm sitting in Elkton, Maryland. Talked to a few drivers out here, a couple experienced, couple newbies, and kind of spit some game to some of the newbies, And of course, I'm never going to say that I'm more experienced than anybody, but I learned fast, and I learn a lot every day. The day that you feel comfortable out here, or the day that you think you know everything, you might as well go ahead and hang your keys up, because somebody's going to get hurt or you're going to make a mistake. But some of the things I talked to the newbies about, they were asking about money and how to do certain things, so I figured I would just kind of come on here and let's talk about it. For the people that are thinking about getting into trucking, or maybe are starting to get into trucking, or are obtaining their CDL, trucking is more than just driving from point A to point B. You have mathematics, like fuel weights, weights of the load that you have to be able to decipher. Let's say like you put in, I don't know, your empty full tanks, you're sitting at 35,000 pounds, and you got a half tank gas, or a half tank of fuel, my bad. And you put 44,000 pounds in the box. Well, now you're sitting at 79,000 pounds. How much more fuel can you put in the tanks? Depending on who you talk to or whatever, some people say it's 7.25, some people say it's 7.5, me, I like to overshoot and just say it's eight pounds a gallon. It makes for easy figuring, and then I don't really even calculate the depth, because that'll cover it. But you have route planning. You need to know like how to get there, bridge heights, road weights. Are you permitted to be on these roads? When are you supposed to stop for fuel, or when can you stop for fuel? Myself, now that I'm an owner operator, I actually look at fuel prices now. As a company driver, I just stopped whenever I wanted to stop, but now I'm actually looking at fuel prices, because 20 or 30 cents a gallon, well, at 150 to 200 gallons, that adds up quite fast. Communication skills, because you have to communicate with your dispatch, you have to communicate with your brokers, you have to communicate with the shippers and receivers. It's so much more than just driving from point A to point B. There's so much, like you're going to get pulled in, you got to be able to inspect your vehicles, blah, 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 blah. So the people that think it's just point A to point B, no, it's not. And then there's so much to this lifestyle. You're going to miss things. You can't just stop and be like, I want to go watch a movie, or I want to sleep in, or you have appointments you have to keep. You have traffic you got to deal with. You got construction you have to deal with. There's so much that is into this industry, and then you have to be able to manage money. When you first come in, I watch a lot of guys. Like I talked to one today. He said, "So you that's your truck?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, how do I do it?" And I said, "Well, first, bud, I would get the experience." Because he thought he had 3 months experience. He should be making 60, 70 cents a mile, which is, up there. You're going to need some years to get to that level, at least a year, 2 years, to get to that 60 to 70 cents a mile. When I started out, I was at 34 cents a mile, and I ran teams, which became pretty much 68 cents a mile. But I ran teams, and I ran that for 2 years, a little over 2.5 years. I'm not saying it's for everybody. Yes, it's nerve-wracking. You're putting your life in the hands of your co-driver, so hopefully you got a good co-driver that can drive and that doesn't drive erratically or defensively, or doesn't drive offensively. You want him to kind of drive defensively, my bad. But there's just so much into this. When you manage, like, you don't know how much you're going to get paid. You don't know if you're going to get a load tomorrow. You don't know how they structure the payment when you come in here. I watch guys get it, like $300 or $400 or $500 a week. Well, okay. Well, their bills, it should cover their bills at home. At $400 a week, we'll just say it's $400 a week. That's $1,600 a month. It's good. It's not a bad week, or a bad month. $1,600 a month is not a bad month for somebody that's working a minimum wage job. Let's just put it that way. But it'll cover your bills at home. Yes. But what about your bills out here? You still got to eat. You still got to shower. You still need to buy things, cigarettes, something to drink, clothes, There's certain things. So you take, let's say you spend $100 a week out here. Well, after your net of $400 a week, and you take $100, that leaves you with $300. Now you're down to $1,200 a month. Well, now things start getting you start falling behind on bills because your $1,600 a month bills you can't cover anymore. So they start adding late payments, non-payment fees. Start falling behind. You see what I'm saying? So you always have to save out here, and you got to learn how to save. So people that have problems shopping or whatever, like I got to stop and there's another fuel station, or there's a store, or there's a mall, let's stop, and like to spend money, you're going to fall in a hole and not be able to dig yourself out of. Does that make sense? So when you get into this industry, you need to look at all aspects of this life, all aspects of the lifestyle, all aspects of your personal life. Because when you go home on home time, you're not getting paid. So that's a week off. So when you were at, let's say, the factory job, did you take off a week every 4 or 5 weeks? No. You just took weekends off. So when you get hit on a whole week paycheck from the factory, you notice that in your paycheck. Well, it's the same out here. You're going to notice it here. So a lot of people try to stay out, or want to stay out, or need to stay out. All I'm saying is, you come into this industry, you come and you work. It's not, I'm just going to go sightseeing. Yes, we do get to go sightseeing, but it's not like what people think it is. Oh, I'm just going to go see the world, or I'm going to go see the country, and da-da-da-da-da, I'm going to have fun. No, you come to work, and you come to put it down, and you come to make money and try to provide for your family. Yes, you're going to miss things with your family. Yes, your family's going to miss things with you. Christmas is right around the corner. You put in for home time to be home for Christmas. Guess what? You're in the Northeast or the Northwest, and you get snowed in. Or they shut down I-80 in Wyoming, which happens all the time in the winter, and they shut it down for 16 to 24 hours. Well, guess what? You can't make it home. And you sat there and promised the world to your children and to your wife or to your whoever that you were coming home, and you can't make it now. You just let down somebody. Now you got to look in your kids' eyes while they're crying, and and I'm guilty of it too. I've told my child, I'm on my way, and I lost a load and I couldn't make it. Of course, she bawled and bawled and bawled. But that's part of the industry. That's part of the situation. So when you come in here, come to be, come to play. Come financially ready. When you get in this truck, have enough money to survive for a couple weeks. Try to not pull these. Some companies give you draws. They'll give you up to $200 a week. Well, I've watched guys take that draw. Well, it's kind of like a payday loan. Soon as you get your check, you notice it's $200 short. Well, guess what? You got to get another payday advance. Then it's a big cycle. Struggle for that first week. That way you'll never have to take a payday advance or a advance in your check. I watch it where I'm at now. I watch guys and I jokingly just say, look, it's Friday, payday, and everybody's already asking for $200 advances. I'm like, we just got paid today, and there are already 8 guys will ask for cash advances. I've never taken a cash advance because I struggled that first week, or I struggled those first couple weeks. When you get in the truck, like, I'm not saying what I did is right. I'll never say it's right, wrong, or indifferent, but I came in this truck when I first started out. I bought $20 or $30 worth of canned goods and a can opener and a plastic spoon and a little bowl. And when you stop at a truck stop, pour it in the bowl, take it, put it in a microwave, or if you got a microwave in your truck, heat it up and eat like that for a couple months or a couple weeks, a month, whatever you got to do to build yourself up. You're going to need money. I don't know if you run Atlases or GPSs. A truck or GPS is $400 to $500 right out the gate. Atlases are $30. You know, you're going to need, tools like hammers, screwdrivers, wrenches. Some places make you buy your own load locks and straps and whatnot. You're going to need money right out the gate. Right out the gate. So come prepared. Do your homework. And think about it. I'm not trying to deter anybody from this industry because there is money. And in one of my last videos, I showed you, or I told you, that how I made right under $55,000 in 56 days. And as soon as I hit $100,000 gross, I'm going to do a video on it and show you how many weeks it took me to hit $100,000. I'm guessing it's probably going to be 14 weeks. That's my guess as of right now, but I'm not for sure. But when I figure it out, I'll let it out. I'll put it out there. But I just want to point out, like I said, today we were talking to a couple guys that are new and they're already talking like, I'm buying my own truck, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Not at 3 months, you're not. And if you do it at 3 months, you're crazy. If you're not crazy, you're plumb stupid because you don't know the industry yet. You don't know if you're going to survive. And right now, January and February are the hardest times for freight for some of us. And you're already talking about buying a truck in the middle of the worst season. I mean, to each is his own, but come on. Get your game straight first. Get your game plan, and then go from there. So, as usual, hit me up with any questions or comments. Like and subscribe. I'm out.